Buying at scrap value, 5,000 yuan a ton, I dropped 8,000 yuan on this 1970s Tianjin Jeep. Once I got it back to the shop and really inspected it, I was in shock. The condition of the sheet metal is horrific, far worse than I ever imagined. My mother always taught me to be grounded. Don't bite off more than you can chew, but the extent of the rot on this vehicle is honestly unbelievable. My initial plan was to do a complete restoration. These domestic Tianjin Jeeps are incredibly rare, so bringing one back to life would be historically significant. But the list of issues is endless. That's actually why I haven't posted a video in a while. I was torn between attempting a full restoration or just keeping it as a preservation piece. But I'm stubborn. I believe that no matter how rusted, beaten, or trashed a car is, if you put enough heart and effort into it, it can be saved. Our motto is, if it turns, we can fix it. So we're going all in. We're going to restore this properly. Inside the cabin, decades of neglect meant it was full of spare parts and random garbage. We're clearing everything out, salvaging the usable parts and tossing the junk. In the process, we found a cool relic, an old-school license plate, Hainan 3400624. That is a piece of history right there. We've stripped the floor of all the debris and grime to prep for the bodywork. But I'll be honest, the whole time I was cleaning, I was fighting an internal battle about this project. With the floors prepped, we moved to the engine. It's ancient and the surface is heavily corroded, but it looks like it should still turn over. We're scrubbing off years of caked-on dirt to prep it for a rebuild. The rust on this truck is extensive. We have to tackle it section by section. The priority is fabricating the front fenders, the rocker panels, and the wheel arches. We have to hand beat all of these panels back into shape. I know many of you will suggest a body-off restoration, separating the shell from the frame to make the panel beating easier. But looking at it now, that's too risky. The body integrity is so poor that if I lift the shell, it will likely disintegrate. Reassembling it would be impossible. It's a nightmare scenario. So, step one, we're doing the metal work in place. We'll fix the panels, hammer out the body lines, and secure the fenders. This is a massive project, so there's no room for sloppy work. We need patience and precision. All right, friends, put on your headphones. It's time for some immersive work. You know, clearing out 40 years of trash and rat nests leaves a smell that haunts you. That's why I keep branding this cabin. It's not just about covering up odors, it actually eliminates them. Whether you're driving a brand new whip or a 1970s relic like this, you want your ride to smell fresh, not like a history. Take a look at this, guys. It took a solid 6 days of panel beating just to get these two front fenders into shape, but the result is fantastic. But you know how it is. You fix one issue and the next one pops up immediately. The front fenders are done, but the rear end is completely rotted out. So we need to fabricate and shape the sheet metal for the back as well. The most crucial part of car restoration is having patience and attention to detail. On top of that, your craftsmanship has to be top-notch. All right, friends, enough talking. It's time to get to work. From that is indescribable. Check it out. This is the result. Both fenders are finished. But you know how it goes. Fix one thing, break into another. The rocker panels or sills are completely rotted out. It's bad. It all needs hammering, shaping, and welding. I was worried you guys would think I'm too slow, so I had to use my secret weapon, my super kung fu. One strike and boom, the front right section is fixed. All right, that side is done, but now I have to start on the other side. Even superheroes get tired, so I need a quick break. Let's cue up some high-energy music to keep the momentum going. Let's do this. It's been a few more days of grinding, but the welding on the driver's side is finally complete. Then we moved on to the windshield frame. The rust damage here was severe, so we had to cut that section out and weld in fresh metal to patch it up completely. The heavy lifting is finally finished. The only thing left was the windshield frame, which was a straightforward fix. I made short work of that, knocked it out in a jiffy. Now we are moving on to separating the body from the chassis. exhaust ports. Holy crap! Oh my God! That explains why it was seized and wouldn't turn over. The engine block has a frost crack. This is bad news. I'm just praying that the cylinder sleeves and pistons aren't destroyed. We pulled the valve cover. Surprisingly, the valve train looks decent. No major issues there. Let's keep tearing it down. The head is finally off. Looking at the valves, you can see heavy carbon buildup and some surface rust, but it's not terrible. I'm inspecting the cylinder bores closely. Thankfully, I don't see any cracks in the sleeves, so let's keep tearing it down. Now, look inside the oil pan, sump. It is absolutely filthy. The quality of oil used here was garbage. Look at this, the oil pump, the crankshaft, the connecting rods. Everything is caked in thick sludge. I have to wonder, what kind of abuse did this engine suffer to end up this messy? Let's inspect the bearings. Wipe away the oil, and yeah, this bearing is toast. If the bearing is this bad, the crankshaft is definitely scored and worn out too. I've got a bad feeling about this. This engine is turning into a massive rebuild project. We pulled the pistons out. The rings actually have decent life left, mostly just carbon buildup on the crowns. But checking the main bearings confirmed my fears. They are heavily worn, which means the crank is in bad shape. See that? My diagnosis was right. The engine block is trash. Friends, look at the block. There is a massive fracture right here. This is going to be a heavy repair job. We're going to have to V-groove the crack from end to end and weld it. Since this is aluminum, if we can weld it without it cracking further from the heat, we might save it. We need to press out the cylinder sleeves. We'll fabricate a jig to press the sleeves out from the bottom. We need to see how deep that crack goes behind the liner. The metal is actually bulging outward here. That's classic frost damage. It froze so hard, the expansion cracked the block. Honestly, seeing this makes me want to jump off a roof. I need to research the best way to stitch this up. Right now, I'm just praying that the internal oil galleries and coolant passages aren't cracked too. If the internal webbing is cracked, the block is total scrap. It seems I attract all the bad luck, friends, but I won't complain. I just have to focus and repair this block. The fact that the engine was seized told me there was internal failure. I thought, worst case scenario, I'd have to bore the cylinders, swap the rings, and replace the bearings. I never expected the block itself to be split open. See this? This is the result of running straight water instead of coolant or antifreeze. The first freeze of winter expanded the water and cracked the engine block immediately. I am honestly speechless right now. I'm praying the internal water jackets and oil galleries aren't compromised. Friends, the block has a massive fracture. We need to get this on the bench and repair it immediately. To fix a crack this big, we have to V-groove it, grinding it out from here to here. Then we weld it. Since it's cast aluminum, we have to hope the heat from welding doesn't cause stress cracks. If it does, we're back to square one. We need to press out the cylinder liners, sleeves. I need to remove them to see how deep the structural damage goes. The metal is bulging outward here, classic freeze damage. I'm praying the internal casting, the water and oil passages, isn't cracked. If the internal webbing is cracked, the block is scrap. The liners are heavily corroded. They are garbage. Look at this section. The crack goes all the way through. We need to press out all the liners to inspect the block fully. The liners themselves are a write-off. We'll replace them all. Look at the block here. It's a through crack, split wide open. Impossible. I refuse to believe it. My head is spinning. Is my luck really this bad? I restore vintage cars for a living, so I'm used to surprises. But this is a shock. But what choice do I have? We just have to bite the bullet and repair it. Quitting isn't in my vocabulary. Our motto is, if it turns, we can make it run. I believe with enough effort, we can save this engine. All right, enough talk. It's time to go into battle mode. Safety tip, put on your safety glasses. Let's pick up the pace and get this done. Let's grind. The bolts on the block are seized solid from rust. I barely applied any torque and it sheared right off. No choice but to press on. For a sheared bolt like this, we drill a pilot hole and try to back it out. If it refuses to budge, we bring out the TIG welder. We build up a nub on the broken stud to get a grip and twist it out. Once it's out, we chase the threads, or re-tap, to clean them up. Next, we mount the block on the milling machine to deck the surface, or mill it flat. The block is severely warped. It's completely uneven. One side is high and the other is low, so we actually have to weld and build up the low spots before we can machine it flat. Friends, the parts I've been dreaming about day and night are finally here. Check it out. This is the head gasket. We're swapping in a brand new one. Here are the rod bearings, and right here, these are the new cylinder sleeves. Even though these liners are brand new, the internal tolerances aren't perfect, so we have to mount them up and hone them to the exact spec. Once the bores are dialed in, they are good to go. Next up is the crankshaft. We need to polish the journals. The bearings are shot, so those are getting a full replacement. Now, you'd assume that with the block, liners, and crank prepped, we're ready to start the assembly, right? Not so fast. Look at this, another headache. The main bearing bores are misaligned. The crank binds up and won't turn freely. We have to put the block back on the machine and line bore it to get everything concentric. After 10 grueling days, the machining work on the crankshaft and the block is finally done. Next, we sandblasted the block to strip it down to bare metal. I tell you, ever since I started these restorations, my painting game has really leveled up. Check it out, I laid down the paint on the block in no time. While the paint cures on the block, there's no time to rest. We sandblasted all the accessory parts and hit them with a coat of anti-rust primer. Look at this spread. This is the payoff for all that hard work.
The engine is finally fully rebuilt. Now for the moment of truth. Let's crank it over and see if she fires up. Give it some gas. Hit it! Listening to that, it sounds like we either have a compression leak, a sealing issue, or the ignition timing is off. The distributor needs to be rotated. We need to dial that in and try again. Whoa! Did you guys see that? She fired up! She's alive! Ah! Friends, look at that! It took a solid month, but I've finally tamed this beast. Now we keep the momentum going. We're gonna do a full restoration on the body shell and interior. Full throttle. Let's get it done. Yeah! With the engine sorted, it's time to tackle the chassis and the body. We're hauling them off for sandblasting and a fresh paint job. Anything that needs swapping out gets replaced. Anything salvageable gets restored. All right, folks, the journey with this classic is far from over. Stick around. We're doing this together.
Priced at about 70 cents per kilogram for scrap, it cost me a full $1,120 to bring home this 1970s Tianjin mini Jeep. Being able to snag a Tianjin mini Jeep for $1,120 feels like a total steal because these cars are incredibly rare. But after getting it back and taking a good look, I realized just how trashed it actually is, and so my restoration journey began. I've already finished the engine and the body shell. Next up is working on the chassis. Look at the fuel tank here. There's a massive hole rusted right through it. It's toast, so I'll have to weld the whole thing. If the weld isn't solid, the chassis won't hold up either. The rust and corrosion are severe in many areas, so I have to tear it down piece by piece for a full repair and maintenance. Take these shock absorbers, for example. They're shot. I can only replace them with new ones. It's best if we can buy the replacement parts, but if we can't, we'll just have to custom fabricate them. That's exactly how it goes with restoring vintage cars. You solve one problem and another one pops right up. A lot of the bolts are completely rusted solid. Our only option is to hit them with a blowtorch, heat them up, and then back them out. So I've got the front axle pulled off. Look at this leaf spring. It's completely snapped. There's no better way around it. We'll just have to get a new one custom fabricated. A leaf spring from the 1970s. My goodness! I'll have to figure out where on earth to find that. This shock absorber is shot too, so we'll have to custom order a new one. All right, guys, I won't ramble on anymore. I've got another task to tackle. This spot is completely rusted solid, so enough talking. Let's just get to work. The more I tear into this car, the more I realize there's not a single good spot left on it. It's just all rust. Look at this brake drum. It's in horrible shape. The wheel cylinder inside is definitely toast. Well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. We just gotta keep stripping it down. No matter how tough the challenges are, it won't kill our passion for this build. we're gonna fix it up right. Let's get back to wrenching. Take a look at this sad-looking brake line. Damn, it's completely dry-rotted and crispy. This whole area is just caked in grease and rust. It all needs a total rebuild. All right, let's pull off the brake drum and see what kind of shape the wheel cylinder is in. No surprises here. Just look inside. The brake fluid has completely congealed into sludge, so the internals are definitely shot. We'll have to do a complete rebuild on it. These brake shoes look pretty similar to the ones on the Beijing Jeep 212, so finding replacement pads actually shouldn't be too tough. For now, let's take this leaf spring and the wheel hub and throw them in the sandblaster to strip off all the rust. We'll hunt down the parts we need as we go, but the build can't stop. We just gotta keep pushing forward, one step and one piece at a time. Right at this point in the build, I've got some great news. The custom leaf springs for the chassis are finally finished. On top of that, the brake drums and wheel hubs have all been freshly painted. Next up, let's get the tires mounted. In the meantime, there's no time to just sit around. We're hauling the chassis and the body shell over to get sandblasted so we can completely strip away all that surface rust. Sitting in the truck, lost in thought on the ride over, a lot of friends ask me, what's the point of pouring so much time and energy into restoring such a trashed car? Honestly, sometimes I do a little soul-searching and ask myself the exact same thing. But you know what? Take this domestically built mini Jeep right in front of us. Forget about folks from other provinces. Even locals right here in Tianjin don't know it exists. That's because this model went out of production way back in 1978. Most young people have never even heard of it, let alone seen one in person. And that is exactly why with every car I restore, I know what its true purpose is. It's to show people that back in that era, even with a severely limited industrial foundation, our people were already building our own cars, Jeeps, and trucks from the ground up. I want more people to understand the history of our auto industry, to learn about these regional classic models, and to recognize the auto workers. Manufacturing vehicles like this under those conditions was no easy feat. This is a tribute to that generation of master craftsmen who poured their sweat and tears into our auto industry. That's why in my upcoming restoration diaries, you're going to see me wrenching on a lot more domestic classics. I paid double the price of scrap metal, dropping a full $1,120 to bring home this Tianjin Mini Jeep. Snagging such a rare domestic classic for just $1,120 really felt like I scored a massive steal. But once I got it back to the shop, I realized just how beat to hell it was. And so, the restoration journey began. This little Jeep rolled off the line in 1973, model number Tianjin Jeep 210. I bet a lot of folks right in Tianjin don't even know it exists. If I can get this build finished and haul it over to Tianjin to show it off, I'm sure it'll bring back a ton of memories. For the paint, I custom mixed it to match the original factory military green. Because of that, the color looks deep and dark in the shade, but out in the sunlight, it really pops and lightens up. After over 2 months of grinding away at it, the paint, the chassis, and the engine are finally completely done. Next up, let's get the lighting and the interior all put together. All the glass is finally set in place. This right here is the payoff from over 10 days of busting my knuckles. The exterior is pretty much wrapped up, so next we're diving straight into the interior. Look at the fabric on these interior door panels. Because of how old they are and years of moisture, the backing boards are completely warped. We're just going to toss these and swap in brand new door panels. As for the original steering wheel, time hasn't been kind to it either. It's completely cracked all over right here. So we're just going to replace it with a brand new one. Now, this Tianjin Jeep 210 and the Beijing Jeep 210 share a lot of DNA, meaning a ton of their parts are totally interchangeable. The steering wheel is exactly the same. We just bought this brand new one, bolt it right on, and we're good to go. A few quick turns of the wrench, and boom, the steering wheel is fully mounted. Next on the list are the seats. The original leather upholstery is completely shot, so we're going to have to get them completely reupholstered. this thing actually drives pretty great. The only downside is that it's a bit cramped in here. You definitely can't have long legs if you want to drive it. Long story short, now that it's all put back together, this little Jeep is just incredibly compact and sweet. With that, we're finally wrapping up this build. After over 3 months of blood, sweat, and tears, this little Jeep is fully restored. Moving forward, we're going to keep bringing these domestic classics back to life. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, you must really love watching my restoration content. Drop an 8 down in the comments for me. Thank you all so much for the support. Wishing everyone an early Happy New Year, and I hope you all have a great one every single day.